Arsenal Fan TV, we're here with the fans. 2-0, but I could see that you're still not too happy.
No, 2-0 is a great result against Bayern Munich, and but they didn't know whether to come or go at us, and that was to our advantage. But we were just talking earlier about Arsene Wenger, what's been going on at the club. The shareholders have made tremendous capital gains out of Arsenal, so there's been no direction. We're very concerned about the board. We've got an American owner who's never there. We've got a Russian billionaire who lots to put into the club. A lot of us believe that Wenger is just absolutely past his best, and he's bought poor players at very high wages, and so we think there's desperately needs to change at Arsenal, and we're sick of it. Tonight was a great result, but against all the odds, because people were taking the mickey out of Arsenal. If you were in Munich, as a lot of people were, and I've spoken to people that were there, no one gave Arsenal snowballs. And
but they nearly pulled it off, though.
No, they didn't. They nearly pulled it off. They nearly pulled it off because we were 3-1 down. If we went there and Bayern Munich needed to win, we'd have been embarrassed. Having said
can you? I mean, I kind of understand what you're saying,
no,
but
we nearly pulled it off. We needed another goal to pull it off.
Yeah.
And we were here supporting the club, which is what we always do. But I no longer support Wenger. He needs to go.
Okay.
Finished.
Who would you? Let me just ask you a question. If you got your wish, Arsene Wenger went. Who would you like to see come in? What sort of manager?
It's irrelevant who comes in now because Arsene.
But it's an important question because we got. If we're saying he's going to go, we'd have to think about who we'd bring in. Who would you want?
Except that there are two problems at Arsenal. We have a board that really doesn't know what's going on, and we have a manager who is a dictator. Everything through the club goes through Arsene, and he was great. He is no longer great. He is a dictator, and no single man is bigger than the club.
Right, but if he went, who would we bring in?
That is all. The sad thing is,
we also have to think about replacements.
No, the sad thing is that is almost irrelevant because we're in spiral decline.
But who would we need to bring in to bring us back?
We are in spiral decline. We are one of the 5th wealthiest clubs in the world. I pay more than anyone I know to go and watch my team play football.
True.
And we're in absolute spiral. It doesn't matter who we get to replace. He's on £7.5 million a year. Anyone would take that job. We would be able to replace him with anyone if we wanted to.
Who would you? I'm giving you the job. You're in charge now, right?
Personally, I would take.
You're chairman. Who are you going to bring?
Personally, I would take David Moyes. Everton are in a complete state, and I think he'd do a great job. In an ideal world, I would take Mourinho and Usmanov. In an ideal world.
All right.
But that's fantasy football.
Okay, right. We're coming out of the fantasy football. You say David Moyes, right? But David Moyes at the weekend, look what happened to... I was listening to the radio, listening to Everton fans, sounding just like Arsenal fans, saying they want him out. Everton, he's never won anything. He hasn't done anything.
Everton have been for sale for the last 5 years. They want about 120, 130 million for the club, okay? They've got a stadium in decay. They're desperate to share with Liverpool. They are not even in our league. You're talking about a different world.
But what's on his CV to make you think?
He has taken the club as far as he can go.
Which is where? Where has he taken them to?
He's taken them to...
to what?
Well, to European football. To FA Cup finals on no budget. Arsenal has an enormous budget.
But he hasn't won anything, though.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily about winning. I'm not having a go at Arsenal for not winning. I'm having a go at Arsenal for spiral decline.
Okay.
And we need to move forward and not go backwards. And for the last 6 years, we have been going backwards.
I love your passion on it, and I know I can hear in your voice that you're a passionate fan. Last thing I'm going to ask you, obviously now, all we got for the rest of the season now, we are out, so all we got for the rest of the season is either 3rd or 4th place. Can we get in there? Can we get in?
Listen, I think we can. I think it's unlikely. I think Spurs are very strong. I think Chelsea have a good squad. I think it's unlikely. And I think possibly it's time we don't, because it's time we don't just say...
But wouldn't that be a disaster if we didn't?
No. There's a lot more money coming in from Sky. We're a very strong financial club. In 2014, we've got the new deals kicking in on sponsorship. So listen, money's not the problem. The problem is governance. The problem is managership. And this is where a lot of us are concerned. And also, I make the point that there's a massive divide between the fans at Arsenal now. Because if you're in the Emirates or you're away ground and you stand up and slag off Arsenal, some fans will absolutely support you,
I've seen it.
and some will lamp you. We've all seen it. And for a person to divide the club like that is very sad. We've not seen it since the Terry Neal days, so something needs to change.
And you want Wenger out?
Absolutely.
The Arsenal Fan TV shop is now open. Get your official AFTV merchandise now, including the limited edition In Bully We Trust t-shirt, as well as the Arsenal Fan TV shirts and hoodies.